Welcome one all, my name is Tawess, and well, this is going to be a quick video because I just saw the announcement about the High Republic, or as we old fans know it, the Old Republic. Now, this is, of course, Disney's Star Wars post-Skywalker saga plan, basically creating a new pocket of storytelling. An expanded universe, if you like. And this is an era that we've all been hoping to get back to, because of all the eras we have been presented with so far, it's probably the most interesting one. It's when the Republic is at its absolute height. It is the glorious, pompous, completely broken dream. The Jedi are still proper knights, and the Outer Rims are a proper frontier. And I'm not sure what they're going to do with it. Going by the teaser trailer, there's a bunch of novels and comics coming out, and perhaps some moving pictures media. I don't know, we don't know. A new movie or TV series would probably be logical. Now, we won't get much of a Western-ish thing right now, because we have The Mandalorian right now, which covers the sci-fi Western Star Wars setting. So, maybe a political drama, maybe some good old-fashioned Jedi lightstick-wielding action. I don't know. And of course, this has met with the usual, and I don't mean this as usual, contempt from a older fanbase being like, oh, they removed our expanded universe. Woe upon thee! It's like, people, while I agree that the expanded universe does have a few gems of storytelling, most of the faff that was put into the expanded universe was bad. Like, properly bad. Not only bad, but bad. I mean, the comic books, the old Marvel comic books, the ones that made unplanned and, how should I put this, poorly thought out canon content, non-canon content. It was a mess. There was no continuity in it at all. No one had a coherent vision because it was produced over 30 years. Now I agree that the Thrawn books and the Rogue Squadron books and some of the things, those are good. But there was a lot of bad stuff out there that needed to be curtailed. I mean, the whole Yuuzhan Vong thing, for one. Although they seem to bring some of that images back now. We'll have to see. It's interesting. Oh, and we have the Young Jedi arc of youth books. Those were also pretty god-awful. And the comics, often contradicting themselves. Even the new ones. Yeah, I loved the expanded universe, and it's not like it's gone. It's still out there. You can still pretend that it's part of the greater narrative, but it needed to be reined in and fixed, because for what it's worth, it was bad. Not to mention all these sort of quasi-canon sources. Canon sources. Like games and toys and... oh dear Lord, why didn't they manage to get something so simple straight? Now, Disney, to me, have proven that they can do good. You have the Rebels TV show, that was good. Bringing back Clone Wars, good. Now, Resistance wasn't exactly brilliant. But you know what? It wasn't exactly bad either. So wiping out the entire expanded universe and then slowly trickle feeding it back in, I think was the right move. Then they can take the good parts, the parts that actually do work, and put those back into proper canon. No longer a need for expanded universe, you just have the universe. But at the same time, you are not choked by 30 years of poorly written fanfics. Because if you just stop for a second and consider that, try to make new stories in the Star Wars universe, and you include the entire expanded universe, and try to make things that doesn't break things horribly. Just sit down and try. And no, you don't get to cherry pick your favorite parts of the expanded universe. No. Now you have to take the entire thing. It's a big bag of ugly that comes with trying to do that. Now, once you do that, you realize that wiping the slate clean was a pretty good idea. Now, was it going to piss people off? Yeah, sure. Of course it was going to piss people off. Things like that always piss people off. But here's the thing. Sometimes you need to do the horrible things. You need to take difficult choices. Why do you need to do that? Well, for the health of the project. For the health of the brand. And yes, I agree, the last 3 Star Wars movies weren't brilliant as a trilogy. I really like them as standalone films, but as a trilogy they were confused. But much like DC, Disney's Star Wars department has ended up in a position where their non-big brand content is a lot better than their offshoots and one-offs. And I think this is what this new High Council that created the High Republic is intended to fix. Because they brought in everyone on this. Well, perhaps not everyone, but a lot of people. And I think the idea was to start breaking down the ideas of what Star Wars is, what it could be, and I don't think that's a bad idea. Star Wars needs to be reinvented. Anyway, so how does this relate to anything in the world, anywhere? That's really, we don't know much yet. I mean, a lot of the designs we saw are ripped pretty much wholeheartedly from the Old Republic games and surrounding media. It simply is. The designs so reeked of this musty Old Republic thing. It's not bad. It's just very different. And going forward, we're going to have to see what comes out of this. Maybe nothing. Maybe this just bombs completely. But I'm all for it. Because it's a new thing. And I mean, if we don't go forward, we're going to end up going back and retreading the same stories all over again. And that nobody wants that. Nobody wants that, really. I mean, the new trilogy proved that. I mean, people were like, "Oh, we want old Star Wars back," and they were like, "Okay, here you go. Now you have your old Star Wars back." And they were like, "This is too similar to the old Star Wars." Not necessarily the same people. But you're gonna piss someone off anyway. So you might move the story forward. Now, I am a fan of the Old Republic era, but I'm not that big of a fan that I can't take it's changing. And it's going to change. Now, personally, I'm inspired by these. I'm going to do projects on this thing. We're going to see a few interesting ideas popping up. Why? Well, because it's fun. If nothing else. Most likely happen over on the art channel, though. So, I'm going to make one of no more than this once we start seeing actual projects. As far as I can tell now, there's like 2 books and 2 comic books in the works. So once those drop, we're gonna look at them. I'm not entirely sure if that's gonna do anything, but you know. We have a new Old Republic. And I, for one, can't wait to see what that brings. But, until next time, stay safe, be kind, and play fair. Bye!